That old fella down at your local might have told you that modern day scrums are a waste of time, but the tactical battles happening at the scrum base this season have been a joy to watch. How teams are defending from these scrums is where the game of tactical cat and mouse begins. Some teams are committing to the 3-3 split and trusting players to break from the inside, while others are matching or mirroring the numbers of the attacking team. The Bunnies punished Parramatta for not matching their numbers in the lead up to Jacob Gagai's try. You can see Latrell Mitchell setting up on the left-hand side of the field, but responds to Cody Walker calling him over to the right edge. Parramatta don't adjust. They commit to the 3-on-3. But what's important is what side of the scrum Jack Whiten feeds the ball from. It means that Brendan Hands is actually on the right edge of Parramatta, and when the ball goes to their left, he has to wrap around the back of the scrum an extra few metres, which is all that it takes for Cody Walker to be able to dig into the line. A nice clean pass from Damien Cook. Cody Walker's ability to straighten and play really deep at the defence folds Parramatta's edge in towards the ball, and from there it's just simple hands. Latrell Mitchell out the back of shape. His gravity drawing the winger in what's already a 2-on-1 situation, and Gagai's the beneficiary in the corner. The Warriors played to similar principles over the weekend as well. You can see Chance Nickel-Klukstad here. Looks like he's sitting in Chanel Harris-Tavita's pocket, ready to sweep out the left edge in that familiar jockey shape. But at the last second, as Tamati Martin feeds the ball, Chance bounces over to the right. See, Toby Sexton actually sees it from the Bulldogs' right edge and points Reid Marnie over there, but it's a little bit too late. It's important noting this time Tamati Martin feeding the ball from the side of the scrum where the Warriors end up going. Him feeding and then reloading adds another number to that edge, and the Warriors quickly go from 2 attackers to 4 attackers on that side of the field. Matt Burton's actually broken a little early from the scrum here, but because the Wars use quick hands and each player engages the line just slightly before passing, it prevents Burton and the rest of that edge from sliding out quickly, and eventually it ends up with Dallin Watene-Zelezniak with only a couple of inches worth of an overlap, but it's enough for him to dot down in the corner. For defending teams in these actions, though, it's not as simple as just matching the numbers of the attacking team, and Sua Farlongo at Melbourne Storm has given us a few timely reminders of that already this season. You can see West's matching Melbourne for numbers here. Jerome Hughes over on that right edge with another few players in shape outside him, which drags 4 Tigers defenders over to that left edge. Leaves a 2-on-2 situation out here on the left. And Sua's just got far too much room and far too much speed one-on-one in this area. Heath Mason doesn't do a whole lot wrong here. He's just not quick enough, or not as quick as Sua, who burns him on the way to the in-goal. Matching the numbers of the attacking team from the scrum can also leave you vulnerable to halves or fullbacks who feed and then reload on the play. The Dragons have done it a few times this year. The speed of Tyrell Sloan and the gravity or the threat of Moses Suli as a ball carrier is what creates a space for Tui Pilotu here. Sloan's quick enough to feed and then wrap around the back, and Cole Flanagan also plays nice and slow. A little bit of tempo here to buy Sloan time to wrap around Suli. Also note where the referee stands in this area. Adam G effectively gives Flanagan a little bit of a shepherd or a decoy, which holds off Cody Nikorima, allows Flanagan to take an extra 1 or 2 steps straightening up, which brings Suli onto the ball. In response, Jake Averillo has to come in and check Suli. He's a big body and a big threat running at Cody Nikorima, one further in field, and that creates a 2-on-1 for Sloan out the back. The Chooks have done something similar through Sammy Walker and Joey Manu on their right edge a few times already this year. See Manu's gravity as a ball carrier here. You often see centres take a hit up from these areas as well, and that's certainly how the defence reacts, turning in towards Manu when he cuts back in field, and that creates a little bit of space for Sam Walker popping out the back. You can see it's even more obvious the tempo that Manu plays with in this example against the Bulldogs. He pretty much stops on his run, plants his feet, which, while dragging Burton in towards the ball, it also creates the time and space for Manu to actually make that pass while Walker's sweeping out the back. Other times, we might see a club play out an entirely planned set from the scrum rather than firing a shot on first tackle. This is a really good example from Manly earlier in the season. Ruben Garrick, one off the scrum on the right edge, settles on the right tram line, and then Manly send another one back to the middle near the left post. That gets them the 6-4 split that they're after in the Rabbitohs' defensive line. You can see them come back for another shot down their right edge, the second shot in 3 tackles. Little plan move with Tolu Kula sweeping around as a double fullback here. South do enough to defend the shape, so Manly set back through the middle again. 2-pass shift through DCE and Nathan Brown sends Paseka right at that same spot of the field to set up for another right edge shift. They get a 5-5 split this time and play through Olakawatu on the right tram line. South's left edge have now defended 3 shots in 5 tackles in this set. They're defending under a lot of fatigue and pressure. Because of that, they don't reload on their line quickly enough. And a bit of magic from Daly Tree Evans, find some space down a very narrow short side with a little grubber for Garrick to score. It might not have been exactly how Manly drew that up with Garrick scoring off a cheeky little grubber, but the plan was obvious from Manly here. Set up for 3 shots down their right edge, have multiple cracks at South Sydney's left edge, and eventually, hopefully, get them under pressure and fatigue. If you're enjoying this analysis, head over to rugbyleaguewriters.com. For just $5 a month, you'll get all our content direct to your inbox, and you'll be supporting independent analysis along the way. Cheers and go the Blues.